Okay, this plug does not have a weather cover on it. It's not GFCI protected. There's our doorbell. It's not illuminated. Hey, Brian calling. Okay, so we're coming on in. This is our interior plumbing and appliance video. And so we're just going to work our way on in here. And we're going to go back in here. We're going to wind our way down to the Jack and Jill bathroom. Okay. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. The bathrooms all have GFCI where they're supposed to have it. The commodes, everything goes down is supposed to go down. All right. Hi, Timmy. All right. Now this bathtub has been refinished. And you can kind of see it around the stopper. You're not supposed to have separate handles in a bathtub enclosure with a shower head to help prevent from accidental scalding. And the flow, is cold water flow in this one or the other one? I can tell pretty. It's probably, yep. The cold water flow is in the east bathroom. Moving on. Boring. Oh, no, not quite. We're missing a discussion plate. See those little metal plates around the pipes on the wall? You're supposed to have a discussion plate for the hot water side right there. I was pretty good about taking notes about that. Coming on along. We're going to duck into the kitchen here. And inside of this closet right here is where the water heater is. And we have a whole video about this guy. A whole video about the water heater. So the dishwasher is just washing away. This is kind of a nice thing about the dishwasher, is it does have an electric service disconnect. You got 3/4 food waste disposal. This is the wrong kind of strainer. All right, so we got disconnects for the dishwasher and the disposal. But if you look at this, manufacturer's installation instructions supersede code. Code says you shouldn't have a foul line there. F-O-W-L. F-O-U-L. Hillbilly home inspection. But some manufacturers are okay with that. Your realtor will tell you just put some bleach in there, you'll be all right. I mean, that's what I hear all the time. But there's a foul line. There is a code for that. Now this nozzle kind of sprays crazy, by the way. So we got a crazy spraying nozzle. And then we come up underneath here, and that's the drain for the dishwasher, and it just comes up to the food waste disposal, and it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to come up and touch the bottom of the sink. It touches the bottom of the sink, and then it comes down to, so that way when you get the barometric pressure pushing down, it doesn't force all the dirty water from your sink into your clean dishes. I said I think it's 3/4 horsepower. It's a pretty good sized boy. But we do not have our anti-siphon device, and they're not, these two appliances are not GFCI protected. All of our countertops are GFCI protected, but those are not. Oh, and this is what's holding your sink up. Good look at that. There you go, that's what's holding your sink up. Sticks. Just put a stick in there and Philip, we're going to the beer store. Oh, Doug, you're the fastest guy at the shop. I know. You're going to raise next week. That's the way we do it. That's the way we do it with the manufacturers. Remember when I was talking about the foul line, F-O-U-L, back when I could temporarily spell correctly, much less enunciate. All right, so there's our foul line. Okay, that depends on what the manufacturer says. But this sink, I know, came with clips. The manufacturer wants this clipped up in here. The manufacturer doesn't say anything about sticks. That's not what the manufacturer talks about. Coming over here, this is our kitchen island. And you see this corrugated flex right here? That is not rated for a kitchen vent fan. All right? That will burn like paper. Okay? It will burn like aluminum foil. That stuff is good for a lot of things, but for a kitchen vent fan, it is not good for it. I got some flat top instructions. I'm going to bake them into the report for you. Downdraft fan. Everything comes on, supposed to come on. Fan works, that's a fan switch. There we go. Hi, talk to me. Whee. double ovens, but convection is for the upper oven only. You can still broil down here, okay, and you can still clean, I believe. Upper oven cancel convection light cook time. I believe you can still clean, but I believe you can only clean one at a time, up and down. So read the manual. Read the manual. They know more than I know. They know a lot more than I know. Okay, this countertop, the National Marble Association says that it's not supposed to extend out more than 10 inches without a corbel or some other type of support. So the moral of this story is don't sit on the end of this cabinet because it might break off underneath you. And then everybody laughs, ha ha ha, it's a Super Bowl game. Drunk Uncle Bud's over here, he sits up there. But then, you figure out that it hurts, or then you figure out you're going to try to replace this and you find out how much this costs. So maybe you don't want to be sitting up there on that. Now, this is the weirdest code, not the weirdest code, because I've seen some weird ones, but the code of the moment that everybody's getting hung up on is you're not supposed to have electric receptacle outlets below countertops, on walls below countertops. All right, you can put it up above the countertop, that's fine, but not below a countertop. Yet you have to have them, you're supposed to have them anytime you have a landing pad wider than 12 inches. So you're supposed to have them over here, you want them over here. The idea is they don't want the cable curling up and going down underneath there, and they make people hooking on the on the cable and stuff. I understand why they don't want it, but I don't understand what the answer is. First they were adamant about having to have the receptacles on the island, and now they're adamant about not having them. So I also understand. I got word through the grapevine, my code people, and they're rewriting that new code. And by the way, that wasn't required last year. I mean, that was not a FUPA last year or the year before, or when this house was remodeled or when this house was built. That's a brand new building code. So it wouldn't be fair to subject this house to those standards. You've got a 3-prong clothes dryer. Gas is capped off. This is not GFCI protected. That is not GFCI protected. We're supposed to GFCI protect those now. That is not GFCI protected. Every receptacle in the laundry is supposed to be GFCI protected. Then I can come back over here on the range. Now our kitchen ranges is supposed to be GFCI protected. Our cooktop is supposed to be GFCI protected. Our laundry equipment, our food waste disposal is supposed to be GFCI protected. All this is supposed to be GFCI protected. The fireplace is an appliance, and it's got a bifold screen, all right, a bifold glass. This is either all the way closed or all the way open, all right, and then you got a screen, you got your logs, there's your gas valve right there, it works, it extends like it's supposed to. All the way open or all the way closed. If you have them halfway open like this, all right, that becomes a plenum. And the hot air, when it comes out, and comes out here, it will suck the carbon monoxide out from the firebox and roll it out into the living room, and everybody goes to sleep at the same time. Now this is kind of a neat fan because you got this switch over here. We have a circulating fan for the heat. So if you wanted to run a fireplace, it's a gas log, it's not going to generate just tons of heat, but it does make heat. It will burn you. So you got a fan over there to distribute some heat. That's kind of neat. Haven't seen one of those in a while. A little while. Let's see. Okay, interior plumbing. We're still going for that.
No, they need to. They need to figure something out because they just
now we're over here. This is the primary suite bathrooms, and I think it's this one right here. No, it's not. But we're missing the discussion plate. Where are you? It's in the other bathroom. Saving the best for last. GFCI protected in all the bathrooms. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Foul line. Alright. Coming on along. Bathtub. Seems to work fine. Fills up pretty fast too, by the way. And had enough hot water to fill it up, by the way. Now we got these water stains over here. Got these water stains over there. This water stain's gotten bigger since I've been here. That's a leak right there. That's a shower pan leak. That's dry. That's got a lot of wood rot in there. Okay, but that is dry, and that's dry now. I imagine if you used it every day, it'd be another story here. So I imagine they painted these tiles, so they've done some work inside of here trying to keep it from leaking. But it doesn't look like they replaced the tiles, and the only way you can replace a shower pan is by replacing the tiles. So I don't know what to tell you. You can come all around here just a little bit, and you can see even over here there's some history of some water leakage. So we need to know what the history is. We need to know what the story is, and that's what we would like to know. We'd like to know those things, and then what we want to know is was it fixed? Because obviously it wasn't fixed, because obviously I'm getting water. Let's see. I'm running out of stuff. And this is the guest bathroom, or I'm calling it the West bathroom. Now, this is in the Jack and Jill and this bathroom. That's the fan switch. The light switch is supposed to be the closest one to the door. The closest one to the door. This should be the light switch, not the fan switch. This surface is a little off, and this is, by the way, I remember the 3-in-1 oil. This is the one where the cold water flow isn't the same as the hot water flow. Okay, and then we come off in here. And are you there for me? Yeah, there we are. And then we got a flexible drain. How about that? You're not supposed to have a flexible drain. Alright, that can get clogged up on you. Then you'd have to have one of these things. See this right here? See that? A little clean out stabber right there? You might not need that if you didn't have the flexible drain.